An elementary school classroom in a slum. Discussed with poetic devices. Explanation of stanza 3 Flamingo. The link for the previous video can be found in the description box. Through this poem, the poet Stephen Spender raises his voice against capitalism and social injustice. The capitalistic government is supposed to provide equal opportunity for education to all the people. But the classroom in the slum offers little hope for change or progress. The poem brings out the disparity between the formal education system and the reality of the lives of the poor. It is mere wish fulfillment to think that one can teach children on an empty stomach. The gap between the rich and the poor is a serious problem that affects our society. It is ironic that despite many advancements, an atmosphere of gloominess prevails due to this economic inequality. Let us understand the theme of stanza 3. In this stanza, the poet questions the value of the world projected through posters which have been put up on the walls. They seem to have a negative impact on these children. They are tempted into a world of crime as they reach out desperately to a world which is far removed from their own lives. And now for a line wise explanation. Lines 17 and 18. Surely Shakespeare is wicked, the map a bad example, with ships and sun in love, tempting them to steal. These pictures hung on the wall have no meaning for these children. Their upbringing is such that they are looking for bad qualities in everyone and everything. So, for them, even Shakespeare is wicked and bad. There is no use of putting up his picture in the classroom. Shakespeare's works deal with grand tales, often set in distant lands, featuring different types of people. The pictures of maps, ships, sun indicate travel, love, and acceptance. The map tells the children about far off countries and creates a desire for exploration. Understanding these pictures is beyond their abilities. For these slum children, such distant lands and adventures are harmful temptations. They will lead them to steal in order to get the necessary money to indulge in these far off adventures. These children live in tiny dwellings, means very small homes, through the foggy days and long dark nights. Difficult living conditions is what it means. The desire for love and acceptance will force them to commit crimes like stealing. The poetic device used here is alliteration. The example is surely Shakespeare. Start from S sound. Polysyndeton. Ships and sun and love. The conjunction and has been used 2 times in this line. Lines 19 and 20. For lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes, from fog to endless night, on their slag heap, these children. Slyly means in a cunning manner, slag is waste byproduct of coal mining. It refers to something which is worthless or useless. These children have adapted themselves to live in these tiny spaces. Cramped holes refers to their small homes which are filled to the capacity. A lot of people live in very small houses. While struggling for existence, these children learn the evil ways of the world and become cunning right from their early years. The poet refers to their slum as a slag heap. Slag, a waste byproduct, when arranged in a heap, is referred to as a slag heap. According to the poet, this slum contains the rejects or waste material of the society. Poetic devices. The first one is alliteration, that is, from fog. The second one is a metaphor. Cramped holes refers to their small homes which are filled to full capacity. Third one is a metaphor. From fog to endless night refers to the future of the slum children, which is without any ray of hope. A future that can only turn from bad to worse. Endless night indicates a never ending torture. Fog is a metaphor used for a foggy day. Lines 21 to 22. Where skins peeped through by bones and spectacles of steel, with mended glass like bottle bits on stone. Mended means to make something usable by repairing it. The slum children belonging to poor families do not get sufficient food to eat. Hence, they are nothing but skin and bones. They are so skinny that their skeleton is visible through their skin. This is due to lack of nutrition. They have worn steel framed spectacles which are cheap, heavy, and uncomfortable. Their spectacles are not new. The lenses are mended as they cannot afford to buy new ones. These broken glasses remind the poet of pieces of glass bottles stuck on top of stone walls as an anti theft measure. Just like these broken glass pieces are considered to be waste material, in the same way, these children are the waste material of society. Poetic devices. First one is a simile, like bottle bits on stones. The lenses in their spectacles, which have been repaired, are compared to broken glass pieces. Metaphor. Where skins peep through by bones are compared to the thin, emaciated bodies of the children, which have been reduced to mere skin and bones. Lines 23 to 24. All of their time and space is foggy slum. So blot their maps with slums as big as doom. Blot means a weak point or blemish. Doom means a disaster. They spend all of their time in the space of this dirty slum, which is dim as they get no sunshine. The light is blocked due to the fog. They are forced to spend time here because they have nowhere else to go. Their life is dark and without hope. Just like fog blocks the sunlight, in the same way, their poverty blocks their prosperous living. The poet is deeply moved by their condition and implores, means calls upon the map makers to fill the world map with enormous, very big slums. That may give a sense of belongingness to these slum children when they see that they have a space on the world map. It might relieve them from the sadness and pain of not having any identity. It could prevent them from succumbing or giving in to the temptations that a view of the wider world may bring. Apathetically or indifferently, the government and other organizations keep building more and more of these slums, and that is the cause for these people to live in them. They are unable to move out from there. Their chances of escaping have been further reduced because these people keep on building more and more bigger and bigger slums. Hence, the poet refers to these slums as doom or disaster. The phrase, map with slums as big as doom, is symbolic of the grim reality of the lives of these slum children. That was the end of the explanation of stanza 3. If you learned from this video lesson, do like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Do press the bell icon, check the description box for the latest updates and keep watching more and more of my videos.